USC men's basketball will find out this weekend on Selection Sunday whether or not it has done enough to reach the NCAA tournament. It's been an up and down season for the Trojans after opening the year with 14 consecutive victories before struggling in conference play to finish with a 23-8 overall record. Barring a jarring loss to Washington in the first round of the Pac-12 Tournament in Las Vegas tonight, however, you should expect to hear USC's name called for March Madness on Sunday. Right now, according to ESPN's Basketball Power Index, USC is ranked at 58th, which does put the Trojans in a good position to make the cut for the initial tournament field of 68. With big victories over projected 3-seed UCLA and projected 4 or 5-seed SMU, USC has shown that it can compete with some of the best teams in the country. On the flip side, though, losses to Utah, Cal, and a meltdown against ASU a couple weeks ago also highlighted inconsistencies that will factor into the strength of USC's bid and seed. A relative cakewalk of an out-of-conference slate won't impress the selection committee either, as the Trojans' strength of schedule stands at just 77th nationwide. So where does this leave USC? Well, right now the Trojans are projected to land somewhere between a 9 and 12 seed in the tournament, but it seems that the 12 range is a little more likely after a 4-game losing streak toward the end of the season that did slow some of USC's momentum. Now, if 12 is the number that is called for USC on Sunday, the team could be looking at a play-in game with Xavier just for the opportunity to then match up in the field of 64 against the 5 seed in the first round. The good news here is that that 5 seed could very well be the same SMU team that USC beat earlier in the season, so if the Trojans can get to that point, they will have some familiarity with their opponent. Of course, a strong showing in the Pac-12 tournament, or even just a generous selection committee, could elevate USC's seed all the way up to 9, which is where CBS actually has the Trojans currently projected to go. There we could see a potential matchup with the other USC, South Carolina. If the Trojans fall in the 10 or 11 range, things become a little more difficult to predict, but some names that have been thrown out there in terms of opponents have been Wichita State, Iowa State, or even Big Ten schools like Minnesota or Wisconsin. The Trojans will find out their fate this Sunday, but as long as they take care of their business during the Pac-12 tournament beginning tonight, expect to hear USC's name called as a selection for March Madness.